posterity's sake, for Adam Hart and Brian and
where's Aaron?
Aaron's here.
Here.
Oh, there he is. Missed you, buddy.
Josh was just telling everybody you were playing with yourself before you got on.
About 45 minutes ago.
Hey, Dale.
What the hell are Sundays for?
Hey, Dale.
What's up, man?
All right.
John, keep interrupting Mark. What's up, Mark? How you doing,
How
man?
you doing, man? It's been a long time.
Been a minute, right?
Good
All right,
to
here
see
we
you.
go. All right, where are we at?
John, you're a Garal, aren't you? Or something crazy? I've only been in one game with you, and I don't even...
He's an Egypt follower. What the hell are they called?
He's a Bastet. Yeah.
Bastet.
I think it's a Puma, right? Or you
Yeah,
a Puma?
Pumica. They're native to North America.
No, I'm a Bagheera.
Oh, a Bagheera. Oh, yeah. Yeah. A were
They're from India.
Yeah.
Were leopard from India and Africa.
Yeah. All right, here we go. All right, so we're gonna pick off exactly where we left off. Madam Givens steps over the water and into the front of Harrowgate. You see, as that happens, she has also with her the other Black Furies are with her. You have there's a spark and a snap happens in the distance, and the moon bridge opens, and there is about 8 other Black Furies that you don't recognize come through the moon bridge. Kate, you recognize them. They smell just like you. They smell that right away that they are Black Furies, but they are not from the Devil's Pride cairn. You have no idea where they came from. But you are obviously going to be assumed to be a part of them because you just arrived seconds before them, just for your own reference. Madam Givens, you see Barney,
before you go, John, could you unmute yourself? I think I accidentally did that. My bad.
Oh, John got...
Oh.
That was my fault. Sorry.
You can mute each other.
I'm sorry about that. That was my fault.
You see Jacinda Truthbrender. If you remember her, she's one of the named NPCs that are around Madam Givens. She's the Ragabash. I'm digging on her for you all to see. Mm-hmm. She kind of strolls over and picks up the bird cage that used to be the mayor. And Madam Givens looks at it, and you see that she grins wildly. She grins widely at that, and
I'll start to walk over towards them.
Okay, she says the other pack of the Black Furies start kind of walking into the town as well. Nana Boshar is shaking her head. Madam Given says, there's going to be a warning, an exile, and a death. I have no control over what's going to happen. I just know that I am now prepared to handle a warning, an exile, and a death.
We'll walk over by Nana. Just like kind of like the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I'll just still be laying around beat up.
Barney, where am I at in this?
You are at the you are actually near you you're with you're probably actually standing next to Phil. Pennsylvania Phil.
Where's Phil?
Phil, where are you at this moment?
I might still be bleeding out a little bit in the town square.
Yeah, you've kind of come, as you guys remember, that now Harrowgate is right across the river from Gold Springs. Chaska, sorry.
Yes, Chaska.
Chaska, Enoch's son was also helping you during that battle, by the way. I think it was kind of mentioned in passing.
Where have you got me? Here?
Yeah, you're also there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Isn't there also the Cairn Warden? Or is he
Yeah,
in the that red talon should be across the water, right?
You see, yes. So you bring it up. Okay, what's everybody's perception alertness? And you don't have to roll. Just tell me what your rank is.
6.
6. 6 for okay.
5.
5.
6.
6.
Number
6.
6.
All right. So Ted, what's yours?
My shit still won't load in. So-
Ted's 12, I think.
Yeah, I know. I remember it being really high.
Yeah.
Me too.
Ted is 6 as well. Okay. Everybody with the 6, you see
Damn it.
immediately. You immediately see. Damn it! All right. Where is it? Harrowgate. No. Why the hell can't I find? Oh, there it is. Hardstone. The Cairn Water leap out at Madam Givens immediately. It's fast. You've never seen. You've seen because none of you have actually needed to spend rage at this point. So he moves at super preternatural speed, and he lunges right towards Madam Givens' neck. And before he can get to it, he falls down in Hamid form. And he falls down in a state of shock. And he's a red talon, so he's just hairy and full of mud and naked, basically. What's the perception empathy? What's everybody's perception empathy stats?
Mine's 4.
4.
6.
6.
7.
7.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
3.
I was weirded by that one too.
3. Ted, what's yours? Oh, you can't. What's your character? All right, Ted, your perception empathy is 4. It's 5. Okay. All right.
Do I have 1 dot in empathy?
Yeah. You see, Chaska, when that happens, you see that Madam Given looks, what's the word I'm looking for? She sees that it's what is it when you just accept fate? And what's the word I'm looking for?
Resigned.
She resigned to the fact that had to happen. You don't see any pleasure in her doing that, but you know that she was doing it for their. And you see this too, Ted, with your empathy role, that you know she had to do it for the sake of not dying.
Yeah.
I step between him and her, and just looking her in the face, and almost like trying to kind of put on a sense to him, like almost like I'm holding him back, but like not like in a non-verbal and non-direct way. And I say, I just ask her, "What have you done here?"
She says she looks at you and she looks at the whole town and she says, I will allow you all to pack up your things. I am here to finally take my sanctum back.
Do we know
How far away am I from the main group, Barney?
What's that?
How far away was I from the main group?
It's a small town. You're not. I mean, you're around. You see the rest. You see the rest of the Black Fury pack that was with you start going and walking around the group and standing behind Madam Givens.
I won't do that. I'm going to walk up more towards where Dale's character is, pretty much right up to her.
Okay.
Do we know what Madam Givens is?
All you know is that she reeks of the wild.
All right.
So this is quite the party you got going on here. Anybody invited, or does it require an invitation?
Who do you say that to?
Just everybody.
Oh. Do you want to describe your character?
Well, if anyone can see the picture, she's a young woman, probably about 17. She's dressed from head to toe in black, long black hair, pale skin, bright blue eyes. If you would be able to tell ancestry, she almost has an Irish complexion to her mixed with Greek. She's small, she's carrying a pistol, and she has a Henry rifle as well.
Barney, do you want to click on the image? I'm looking around, not seeing it.
No, it's
We'd have to log out and back in to hang.
Unless you see if you see Statler and Waldorf on the one that says Kate, or do you see a picture of a girl? This says Kate on the names. Under all of our names.
It's CAIT, Kate.
I think it's the up.
Yeah, if you log out and back into Roll20, you'll see it.
Yeah. I'm having trouble doing that. All right, never mind. Go ahead.
She said, Madam Given says, this town that you call Harrowgate used to belong to me, and it was stolen from me a long time ago. And I've spent centuries trying to find it again. I respect all what you have done here. I respect for what you stand for. But this town doesn't belong to you. It belongs to me. It's my sanctum, and I'm taking it back.
And just who are you?
She says, today I go by the name of Madam Givens. And she's talking about it.
What about yesterday?
So I kind of interrupt and say, if you're from around here for such a long period of time, then the spirits would know you and you would know the spirits. You would also know that we've developed quite a long, peaceful relationship with them here. You obviously are extremely powerful, but we'd like to understand how we might come to terms with you.
She nods to which was her name? Patrina, the Philodox. That's with her. She nods to her, and she opens up the bag. And you guys remember those Greek figurines that you've got, those statuettes that you found in certain places? You see that Patrina breaks them open and pulls out arrows as you're talking to her, and she seems to be placing them on the ground in front of Madame Givens. She breaks them open, and you see that she sticks into the ground 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 arrows.
I looked at Bob.
I'm noticeably getting more uneasy, and still in Kranos form.
Madam, I think this is about to take a sour turn if you don't knock off the ceremony.
What are the other Furies doing?
They're standing behind her.
There's how many of them total?
There was about 12 more that came.
Is she on the? Has she entered Harrowgate?
She's within the town limits now. She's within the cairn, basically.
I see. And no explanation from Nana.
It looks, if you look to Nana Boshar and you see that, and Francesca Grove is standing next to Nana Boshar. They seem to be in deep conversation. You see the 7. You see the 7 Russian Silverfangs yell something, and they start marching towards her. And all of them start to turn Krenos.
Oh, well, this is about to get fun.
Madam, last chance to stop a battle. Your choice.
Those are the ones that were in the maelstrom, right?
Correct. They're the ones that you guys saved. They're the original. Well, the pseudo. They were the when before it was the multi-tribal cairn. It was a Silverfang cairn, and those were the ones that were. They're the ones you guys found in the atrocity realm. That was that pocket. That was like they're frozen in time. Harrowgate that was frozen in time.
So I kind of put on some urgency to her, kind of looking backwards and forth between their group approaching and her standing there, and I say, I know that you bring a positive wild energy to this land, but it doesn't need to come to this.
You guys sent Sag. Since you're the only Arun here, everybody roll your rage difficulty of a 7, and this is based off of the fact that you have 7 Silverfangs, and Silverfangs are considered the royalty of all werewolves. Garo society seem to be rallying themselves and any other Garo around to. They're not actively. I'll put it this way: they're not actively doing any type of gift to make any of you do something you don't want to do, but they're trying to set up some sort of inspiration to rally the entire cairn to do something. Basically,
and we're rolling rage again.
Yeah, rolling your rage.
So how do I just roll rage then?
On your character sheet. Ted, you want me to roll your rage for you?
Yeah, please.
Mark, on your character sheet, there should be a dice after rage. Just click right there.
Okay, I see it. All right.
And
Now,
when I say
Barney,
difficulty of a 7,
I have calm heart. Is that going to matter?
that should be fine. All right, you got 2 successes.
Yeah, I also have calm heart.
We
Okay.
are all calm.
If you have calm heart, then it'll be a difficulty. If it's a 7, it'll be a difficulty of a 9.
I don't.
Wait. It'll be a difficulty of a 9. It's more difficult.
You don't want to succeed.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Well, Kate definitely did not succeed.
Yeah, pretty blasé over the whole thing, really.
What's the moon? What's the moon phase? Just as a heads up.
What's the moon phase?
Yeah.
It's the moon phase that's IRL. Does everybody know what the moon phase is now?
Hold on.
Hang on, I got something here. Moon
So,
phase.
Barney, don't forget, I have a 5 appearance and a 4 purebred too. So
Waning Crescent right now.
Waning Crescent.
Not written. Not right. It's the one. Here we go. Okay.
All right, what do we get for successes?
0.
All right, 0. Bob, you got 3 successes.
Yeah, I'm good.
You okay? All right. You're getting inspired by them to the point where you feel it's up to you if you want to turn Krenos with them and.
I think you already used Krenos.
Yeah, I was there.
Oh, you're already there. Okay.
It's my most comfortable form, man.
That's true. It's your Metis. That's right. That's your breed form. it's Krenos.
Would you say that those silver fangs are probably higher, of decent rank?
Oh yeah, yeah. They're all like 3s and 4s and a couple 5s.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll roll my eyes and look back at the Black Furies.
They're looking at you like they don't know where you're from because you're not one of them, like part of the Madam Givens crew. She
What are your intentions here, sisters? I'll say to them. I'm gonna ignore her.
All right. One of them tells you that we're here following her.
You do realize that she does not have the blessing of the Devil's Pride, Karen.
We don't need it.
Your own sisters don't support her.
There's plenty of camps and there's plenty of Cairns that are Black Furies. But not at Givens. Okay, I'm heading to the Cairn. Okay.
I'm not like with the my concern is the Cairn, not taking her out.
All right.
So it'll be her move against me.
You see as the Silver Fangs approach in a very aggressive manner, they're not racing towards her. They're look like they're gonna physically remove her from the cairn. You see Madam Given sigh again, and the arrowheads start to glow a violent blue light, and they seem to be directed. One arrowhead is directed to each one of them. It looks like she has the exact amount of arrowheads that she needed.
I might stop if I were you guys.
I turn to the Silver Fangs and I ask, "Don't you see her arrows?"
I'll look at Dale's character. I think they might be beyond reason, my friend.
You hear one of them hold up a clave and says, in Garo he declares that this is their cairn by right, and he says that history, and he says something along the lines of that, the spirits that grew from this are not the same spirits that you bore, and they charge at her. And
so right now, if I'm picturing it correctly, basically Dale and I's character, since we're standing in front of Madame Givens, are basically between the Silver Fangs and her, correct?
And the arrowheads are kind of placed around like a semicircle around the and around her, basically as a shield in a way.
Don't I have umbral sight or something like that?
Yes.
I would peek into the umbra and see what's astirens.
All right. That would be a perception alertness. All right. Submit. You got 3 successes. Okay. You see in the umbra, you see that there's surrounded by, you notice that there's like very vibrant light, Black Fury inspired gafflings and spirits that seem to be surrounding them, almost as if the Black Fury pack is also inspired by Madame Givens' presence. And you just see wild energy, just wild power around you. And it's to the point too that I think the ones with a perception of a 6, you guys present with the perception alertness of a 6. You guys notice too that things seems to be growing like faster around her, almost like the grass seems to be greener where she walks.
I'm gonna do the Omen of Truth, my gift.
Okay.
Basically, the player spends a Gnosis and makes a Perception Enigmas roll. Difficulty varies from 9 in a featureless sealed space to 5 in a forested sunset. The gift takes a minimum of 1 full minute to use. The user gains -1 difficulty for if he dwells on the problem. Basically, it's a problem-solving gift, and I'm just trying to figure out, you know, given that I'm definitely the outsider no matter what the situation here, what's my best bet and what's the best situation holistically?
Okay. So it'll take a minute. So let me know if anybody wants to react to what's about to happen.
I would.
Okay. You see the Silver Fangs leap at her.
Spirit of the fray. Let me have a.
I'm ducking.
I would think on the 2 successes on a rage roll and being a Gat and a crescent moon that I'd be in Krenos anyways.
Yeah, that's true. It is your Phil. It is your. Yeah.
Does anybody have bows, or does it seem like she's going to do something crazy with the arrows?
Who's the third? Okay. Roll your. What's everybody's Gnosis? What's everybody's Gnosis rating?
Mine's 3.
3.
3.
5.
5. Ted, yours is 7. What's yours, John?
2.
2.
Yep.
All right. Ted, you and who said who had who said had a 5?
I had a 5.
You got a wow, okay. An Aaron with a 5 in Gnosis. that's my boy. You see with a 5 in Gnosis, you notice that there is a direct link between each arrow and each Silver Fang, that you've noticed that there is a direct link between the two, an inevitable connection that seems to have been predetermined. With a 7 in Gnosis, you notice that it looks to you, Ted, that there is almost like a black hole, like a suction almost, that once those things started to glow blue, those arrowheads started to glow blue, the fate of each one of those silver fangs was sealed.
Yeah.
With a 5 in Gnosis, you see Patrina, she has one arrowhead in her hand, and she looks towards Madame Givens, and she looks toward the ground, and Madame Givens shakes her head like no. You see the silver fangs as they charge at her, they pick up speed. They immediately and suddenly seem to start to lose grip, and they start to get. It looks as though they get sucked into each one of the arrowheads, and their arrowheads kind of like vibrate as they stop, and they're stuck inside the dirt. And you see a look of resignation in Madame Givens' eyes again. She looks past the crowd and looks towards Francesca and Nana Boshar and kind of makes eye contact with them. Francesca calls to all of you. As your SEP leader, I'm declaring that we all step back. Come to me. Casca, you are welcome to come as well, even though you don't belong, even though you're not officially a part of our cairn.
What's his name doing? Blackheart?
Hardstone?
No. Well, yeah, that too. But no, the leader of the Wendigo.
Oh, Sacred Ghost. He's not there.
Oh, okay.
Is Hardstone in the laying there still though?
He seems to be almost like in a catatonic state. He's shaking and he's acting like in a human Hamid form. He's walking on all fours and just like kind of turning in circles a bit, like he's fighting with something inside his head.
I'll pick him up then.
Okay.
Throw him over the shoulder. I'll walk back.
I guess I'll stumble over.
Ted?
Man, I can't say I really like walking out of here.
She says, Francesca says, we've been trying for years to make sure she wasn't going to find this place. Amos told us this was going to happen. Does remember Amos was the SEP leader before. He's the one that actually was he died on season 1, episode 1.
Mm-hmm.
I'll approach the group, leave the Yellow Furies behind.
Francesca nods to you, and Francesca points to Mark's character and says, just to be clear, she is not with them. She's from Devil's Pride. And it's not uncommon. As a matter of fact, Pennsylvania Phil is an emissary from Moldavo Canyon. No, not Moldavo Canyon. What's What was your Paradise Valley?
Yeah, Paradise.
Yeah.
I guess I should introduce myself. It'd be rude not to. I am called Quills, Boston Ragabash of the Black Furies, but everyone just calls me Kate.
Kate works.
She says, "Oh,
Sorry,
go ahead, Ted."
This deal. On the roll, because I'm trying to figure out what group I'm going to go to based on my roll. So I want to know can I roll for the.
Oh, what'd you roll?
No, I need the difficulty.
Oh, difficulty of a 6.
Oh shit! Sorry, my sheet just crashed.
Francesca says, Madam Given said there was going to be 1 warning, 1 exile, and 1 death.
Do the Silver Fangs count as the deaths?
I think that was the exile.
Well, then she needs to learn how to count better, because I believe there were more than 1.
I think it was referring to the action, not necessarily the amount.
Well, I guess she already gave her warning when she told everybody to leave.
Bob, what are you thinking about?
It wouldn't be. I'll come down into Hamid. She's of the wild, so I'm. There is a decision. There wouldn't have been a decision had she not been. Do you think the death she's talking about is hers? As basically like just say the word.
Nana Boshar says, she's not one of us. She's one of the types like from the Technocratic Union, but not. From the stories that I know, this place used to belong to her, and she's going to pack it up and take it. She's going to take it back. I don't know how she's going to do it, but she's going to pack up this entire town into a neat little box and take it back with her.
Sounds like magic.
Whether we're in here or not.
The mayor is the totem spirit, right?
And from my understanding, what the mayor used to be was her familiar spirit, and he's the one that stole this sanctum, as she called it, from her.
Hey, Barney. 2 successes. Yeah. Two successes.
2 successes. So, are you looking for the honorable answer or for the right answer?
He'd be looking for the right answer.
So basically, you kind of did. Has everybody here seen Infinity War? You basically did what Doctor Strange did, was shaking his head like a million times and saw every possible outcome. You know that the least amount of. I'll type it to you. Is it /W or W /? I can't remember.
Test it out, see what happens.
That's right. It's /W. Okay. There it
is. She has Black Furies with her, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
15
Yeah,
Black Furies.
15. Jesus.
Yeah, 12 came in through she had 3 with her that were the named NPCs, and 12 more came in through the
Bob, can you take about 3 or 4 of them?
Can I do what?
Can you take about 3 or 4 of them?
3 or 4 of them? Yeah.
Phil,
I prefer not to fight my sisters if I didn't have to.
That's not me as a character saying it. I'm waiting for Barney's writing.
Well, the way it shakes down in Bob's head, she challenged for ownership of the cairn. She put down our sort of alpha warden. It's done is done. I kind of say it in that many words. The Red Talon's what? He's like a 4th or 5th rank, isn't he?
Yeah.
It is what it is.
And she also completely took over the entire the pack that lived in Harrowgate before too.
I mean, I think we could take a good piece of him with her, but it is what it is.
We're outgunned.
I go full Chris Claremont writing, Silvestri drawing, turn away from the cairn with my head tilted forward, like we've been defeated. And it's the wind blowing.
Yeah, I mean, no offense, but Nana and Francesca, you gave up the farm. We lost.
Is that a challenge to their leadership, Phil?
It might be.
I think it has to be.
You see the Gnosis. You had a 2 in Gnosis, right, John?
Yeah, I did.
All right.
I'm still kind of
yeah, what are you doing? You're the best at.
I'm just in the background. I'm in the shadows. I'm just learning things.
I splash some water on it.
Splash some water at him. Cats don't like water.
I've had worse.
You guys notice that Madam Givens is pointing towards Gold Springs, and you see a lot of people are like milling about and just staring at what's going on. And she's talking. Oh, go ahead.
I'll say, Francesca and Nana, we are losing right now. Get any concession we can before we lose everything. Your play. Better make it.
Nana Boshar says, she grins at you, and she says, I think I have an idea.
Throw Phil at her, and then everybody.
It's been all this guy's fault the whole time. You wanted a death.
He's the one. He's the one.
That's actually not a bad idea.
It's believable.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think they want with the death? They just need to have their death, right?
She says, Nana Boshar says, I'm gonna ask her to keep the moon bridge here. If she can do that.
That is a good idea. Do that.
She walks over and she talks to the Patrina. And you see that Madam Givens is now distracted with Gold Springs. A bit. Just pointing and talking to some of the Black Furies, that the unnamed NPCs that showed up. And she turns back. you guys all feel that there's no sense in rolling perception alertness on this because it's going to be extremely obvious. You guys feel the entire town start to shake. And you easily notice that the buildings start to slowly shrink in size.
You're putting it in a box right now?
You see the outskirts of the town, it's unaffected. The trees are still staying the same size. Everything's still staying the same size. But everything that's within the immediate cairn seems to be shrinking in size.
Are we shrinking?
No, you're not shrinking.
Okay.
It's not happening. It's not happening very fast. It's happening by, like, I would say, like, every 30 seconds, things shrink by 2%. So
And
it's not
Is this Gold Springs or Harrowgate?
Harrowgate.
Okay, we were thinking I thought it was Gold Springs.
No,
Right.
Harrowgate.
And the people are out and not afraid of the maelstrom anymore, and they're seeing this.
They're freaking out. Yeah, they're asking questions and wondering what's going on.
Someone want to take care of that?
So, when you say the buildings are shrinking, but not the people, so it's going to look
Not
like
the
a dollhouse.
people. No. Yeah, and you see, you guys recognize some of the other pack members from the other packs are like walking out and talking to Madame Beauchard, Francesca and Madame and Madame Beauchard, and they're all wondering what's going on, and so there's a lot of commotion happening as the entire town of Harrowgate starts to shrink.
Madam Gibbons is pretty. Is she? She seemed to be interested in what's going on with not looking at us, essentially.
You see her that she seems to be waving her hand a bit, like she implemented something, and that's why the town is starting to shrink. But she's talking to some of the Black Furies, and she's pointing, to the village, and and she's nodding her head to the village of Gold Springs. Like that they're probably having a conversation on what are we going to do about the humans, basically. And as I say, you don't send. There's no, just to reaffirm. There's no worm on her at all. And she hasn't attacked anybody she's defended herself. That's it.
Nana, your idea.
What was that again? Sorry.
Nana, your idea.
Yeah, you actually.
Revolver.
Yeah, you see. You notice that the moon bridge is not shrinking. The moon bridge is still staying.
So what's the end result if we let her have her way?
Phil?
What do you mean?
Suppose we let her do what she wants. What happens?
Well, the thing is, she can do whatever she wants. We've lost here. We just gotta deal with the punches that are coming. If we had known about this earlier, maybe we could have prepared, but that's been lost. Now we just try to figure out what we can get out of this.
Or how we take it back.
Right, I mean, we need a plan for the future because we've lost right now. I'll look at Francesca real quick. Is she disagreeing with me on anything yet?
She says, we had the Child of Gaia commune. That's kind of a cairn now that's south of Gold Springs. Our concern right now is to figure out what we do with all the people in Gold Springs.
Mm-hmm.
I certainly hope Madam Givens isn't planning on doing anything rash, purging the town.
Well, what have they witnessed here?
Maybe we should negotiate terms then.
We have no ground to stand on.
We don't?
How can you negotiate terms with no upper hand whatsoever?
I don't know. We kind of make up one as we go.
Then what is it you're willing to give up?
This is good. This is a Ragged Bash and Philodox conversation happening right now.
Oh, what are we willing to give up in our terms? Right now, theoretically, she could take everything we have, right?
She is taking everything we have.
You see the town is now half the size as it was.
So we really don't have... We're really not giving up anything if it's lost already.
So what do you have to negotiate with?
Let's see what they want. Right now, we're just sitting over...
They are taking what they want.
Fine, then. I'll start walking towards Madam Givens.
You mean crawling, limping?
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Real quick. Nana Boshar is going to just touch you. Let me see if she heals you at all. Big sexy. Oh, okay. That's 2 10s and a 7. All right, you heal 3. Aggravated.
Hooray!
You're not sure if it was a pat that Nana Boshar gave you, or if you've just had this feeling of renewed confidence, but you feel better. Ted, what are you doing?
What am I doing? Waiting to see what happens. I would be concerned about the spirits tied up with the Karen, but there's, like Bob pointed out, we're outgunned in this situation.
Now that I'm thinking about it, though, those deaths were fated, or those things were fated. I shrug my shoulders and say, if she can stop all of us, but it's going to have to be all of us.
Yes, but we're not just fighting her. We're going to have to get through 15 Furies to get to her.
I got up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. You get back up. You have to kill him.
Who has? Let me see here. Let me look at a character sheet. So what would be the closest to like engineering? I'm trying to think here.
Science.
All right, everybody.
Enigmas might be the closest. I mean, depending on... No, probably science, I'd say.
Yeah, all right.
Melee.
Yeah, survival.
Yeah, I was going to say, I have 1 in Enigmas, 2 in investigation, but nothing in science.
Everybody, roll your perception science. I'll roll your perception and science for you, Aaron.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just straight perception.
What's the difficulty, Barney?
Difficulty of a 6. All right. Yeah. Sorry,
Right.
Ted Wyborn, you got 0 successes.
Somebody's got science.
Jeez.
Cass got 3 successes. Wow. All right. All right. All right. 3 successes, 2 successes. All right, Bob. You notice that as the town's starting to shrink, it's starting to not shrink in scale. So it's not like turning into a mini town. It's starting to transform. You notice that walls are starting to be like buildings are starting to melt together to form walls. You also notice, Chaska, the same thing, but you notice the ground is starting to solidify into like boards as well.
So is there nobody in Harrowgate at all?
No, there's people. Yeah.
So they're all also crazy and running around and shit, aren't they?
not no, it's all supernaturals. They're also they're basically having the same kind of conversations. They're having some side conversations with, also with the group as well. Because remember, there is that other pack that that's there as well.
Like I don't know anybody in Harrowgate. That's the thing.
That's right. You're a Gold Springs guy.
Yeah.
So everybody that you see in the picture is basically like that lady's there. This group is there, and the Master of the Rites is there as well. They're all there, and there's also unnamed, other Geru that are part of Harrowgate as well.
Sorry, what do we see if we have? I mean, like, is there anything more that we see other than the buildings shrinking and becoming walls?
It seems as though the town itself is transforming into something more compatible for travel. What it is, you're not quite sure yet. It's like putting a puzzle together and you don't have the box to see what the picture is, but you can kind of guess the genre of it, but you don't quite know what it is yet. But you know the entire town is being transformed into something for travel.
Traveling Trump.
So we should wait till it gets smaller and then take it?
Yeah.
That might be a good idea. That might be a good idea.
I like to Nana Beauchard.
What kind of look are you doing? Like a look of like you guys have a shared secret, or
like you're the fucking leader, you should be leading.
Well, Francesca technically is a sub leader, but she's less rank. Yeah. That was all you guys voted that in at the end of the first season to vote in the meek child of egg.
It was not the bone gnar thirds that voted that one in.
I think Phil was in charge of that. That was Phil's idea.
He got filthy on that one.
All right, Phil, what are you thinking right now?
Nothing. I mean, if everyone's just kind of standing around doing nothing, I'll head up to Madam Gibbons to negotiate.
Okay.
I'll pull out my rifle.
I'll mention to Nana, or I won't be so non-loud, or I won't be too silent about it, but I'll just say, ye shall take no action that causes a Cairn to be violated. And I start limping after Phil.
As you guys are limping out, you notice the Cairn is those who are kind of getting away from the actual as the town encloses. So who's staying inside the cairn? Who's walking outside the cairn?
When I see Bob start to go to Madam Gibbons, I'm going with Bob.
I just quoted Litany, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as he went Litany, I had to embrace.
Okay. Ted, where are you at?
With the guys.
All right. So you guys are all basically walking out, and what about you, John?
I'm gonna.
All right, and John, just so you know, the message I sent you that we're gonna do a side session of a prequel to what's happening here.
Yeah.
Your character knows exactly what's happening because you've already had a conversation with a specific NPC. Because you're a Bastet and you're a keep of secrets, you know exactly what's happening. So.
Yeah. I knew that secret, but
Oops.
You see.
Oh, how cute! A doggy picking on a kitty.
You guys see as that's the entire town is shrinking and transforming into a stagecoach.
We've stolen coaches before, haven't we?
If she hooks up the Furies as horses, I'm leaving.
She sees. So basically, you see a big flat area that was the side like of ground that used to be where the town was, and you see a moon bridge seems to be the only thing left of the town. Nana Beauchard finishes her conversation with Patrina, and she says, "Thank you for leaving us the moon bridge at the very least." Patrina says, "You realize it only is going to work once. Now that it's not supported by a cairn, you can only use it once." Nana Beauchard says, "Well, we're going to have to leave somehow." She looks back at the at the troop of all of you, and she says, "That moon bridge can only be used one more time." And she pats Phil on the back and and kind of like grins and walks towards the moon bridge. All right, Phil, you're up. You're going to have a conversation. You and Bob are having a conversation with Madam Gibbons now?
Yeah, why not? What's the worst that could happen?
Well, one death. We know that for sure.
I just like when we're walking over because Chaska's with me. I say to him, I go, "You'll know when." That's all I say. They're gonna be looking at me.
All right, Phil. All right, what are you doing, Ted?
Following the guys.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, being near to the perceived action, anticipated action. Like Umbra-wise, what is? I mean, are like spirits pouring out of the village? Are they being sucked in? What's going on there?
You see, you don't notice you see that the spirits that belong to the land is not part of it, but you notice that some of the specific spirits that were part of the town, maybe some wood spirits or like some iron spirits or whatever that was based off of the actual building of the town, seems to be still congregating around like a light, like if you have like a bug, like a light on, an outside porch light in the middle of the summer, all the bugs and mosses seem to be floating around it. That's kind of like what you see with like the spirits that are actually connected to the town seem to be hovering and buzzing around the stagecoach.
Yeah.
But all the other spirits that seem to be a part of the natural world around seem to be curiously ambivalent about what's happened.
Huh.
And you do see there seems to be a lot of Black Fury inspired spirits that seem to be around the Black Furies and Madam Givens.
Yeah.
We were trailing behind Phil, so Phil's probably got a little bit of time before we get there.
All right, Phil, do you want to roll anything to kind of spice up your conversation, or do you want to just role play it out? Because I don't want you to botch a charisma roll, but then again, maybe get 5 successes.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to try persuasion first to make my social difficulties a little bit better.
Okay, roll that.
All right.
I mean, not to put too much on your shoulders.
No, I mean, if you listen to Dale and the party, I really got nothing to lose right now.
That's
All right, so I mean, that's just not going to help my social difficulties at all.
All right.
Wow.
No, this is good. It makes it more difficult, and we need it more difficult.
Right now, is there anything that happens with a botch on that, or I think I have to add difficulty now to your social?
I mean,
rolls.
I would add difficulty. I think that'd probably be the fairest thing to do, or take away my ability to do any gifts right now, like all the wilds chasing all the spirits away.
So you walk up to Madame Gibbons and you realize that you're not wearing any pants. No, I'm kidding.
Well, considering how aggravated he was, he might not be.
His balls could be out.
I am fine with my balls being out right now.
No, we'll make it a plus one difficulty on your social rolls.
All right.
Seems to be fair enough. Yeah.
I would like to do. Actually, we're not being threatened yet, so I wouldn't even be trying that gift at the moment.
Yeah. You look over there, and you see Jacinda smile at you because she's always been a fan of you anyway.
What are the Furies doing as he approaches?
Who's what?
What are the other Furies doing as Phil's approaching?
You see, most of them they seem to be split in conversation. Some seem to be concentrating on what to do about Gold Springs, and the other ones seem to be concentrating on seeing if there's going to be any more dissension happening with the present Harrowgate denizens, which are all of you.
So, is everyone out of Harrowgate right now?
Yeah, and you see couple of the people kind of walk out of the stagecoach, and like looks confused, and he looks inside the stagecoach and looks outside the stagecoach. You see some people seem to be talking about there's like a stark difference between the size of the inside and the size of the outside.
All right, I guess my one other question, where are the silver fangs right now? Are they dead or like inside the arrow?
They seem to be inside the arrows.
All right, just wasn't sure.
That's your best guess.
Okay.
As a third, Ted, you know exactly that they seem to have been exiled into those arrowheads.
yeah.
All right,
I won't use it yet, Barney, but I am going to move into a position where I'm close enough to the other Furies where I can use stare down if I have to.
Okay. And you're rank 2.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Anybody have anything else they want to prep just in case?
Yeah, so I just sent you a couple notes.
Okay.
I'm activating Fangs of Judgment and Claws of Frozen Death.
Okay.
Those sound naughty.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wendigo philodoxers are basically like Native American versions of Get Offenders philodoxes. They're still a warrior tribe. All right.
I'm waiting for Bob's, because Bob told me to wait for him, so I'm waiting for what he does.
You have to my slow ass moving, but I'm giving Phil a little bit of time.
All right, Phil, go ahead. Start your conversation.
Come on, man.
So, is it just Madame Gibbons right now, or a few of her lackeys as well?
She turns. They're around her. It's like Taylor Swift and with her posse. I mean, she's not alone. Oh,
nice.
Yeah.
So first of all, I'd like to say very nicely done. Congratulations on taking your Karen back. Good job. So I've come here to negotiate a few terms between everybody.
She looks at you and does her classic Madame Givens genuinely entertaining smile of that. She says, "Okay, Phil." She smiles.
All right.
Wasn't it Madden Givens that you talked with on the train?
Pretty much, I think so.
Yeah. No, that was Tim Way's character. That was
yeah, it was me and Tim.
Yeah. And keep in mind, you guys just fought off a maelstrom like 20 minutes ago with each other, with her.
Yeah.
Remember, she was shooting the arrows and killing all those things.
All right.
Yeah.
So, first of all, in the spirit of good friendship, I think we should be allowed to take the arrowheads, right?
She goes, "If you like, I can leave them here."
All right.
Good, Phil. That's a victory already, man.
And everyone is out of Harrowgate, right?
And those who are not, they'll probably be walking out of the stagecoach soon enough.
All right.
This magical stagecoach now.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what happens with the stagecoach. I'm honestly curious about that. But anyway, and I take it Gold Springs is fine, right? You don't need Gold Springs.
We're going to have to do something to make sure the people here aren't going to remember what just happened.
You mean like some kind of magical ritual just affecting the memory? No actual, like, killing the people?
They have done no harm to me. I'm not going to harm them.
You are a wise and benevolent ruler, Harrowgate. All right, so when we need to meet again and talk about the next steps, how should we do that?
My plan is that we will never have to see each other again.
Yeah, but, I mean, you've been around Harrowgate a few times, right? Not recently, but...
You see Bob nodding about that part as he's walking.
And you know how many people in this area wanted Harrowgate, right?
Yes.
You know they're going to be coming for Harrowgate, right?
They're not going to find it.
I'll just look exasperated and sigh. They will find it.
She smiles at you and she says, "Phil, Harrowgate doesn't exist anymore."
They will find you, though.
I welcome the opportunity.
So you and your Black Furies are just going to go on your merry little way with Harrowgate?
Harrowgate doesn't exist anymore.
And
That's not Harrowgate.
I say all three of them. I'm looking for a response to see how she responds to me saying three as opposed to the baker's dozen that we think she has.
What was that ref? What did you mean by that?
I'm trying to confirm that like there's really an entire army behind her.
Oh. They're here just to make sure no unneeded bloodshed needs to happen.
So after this, they're going to go back home, per se, right?
There's nothing left here. There's no cairn here. I'm taking the cairn. We're going home.
And I say in Gary, that's what this is about. And I use true fear on her, Barney. And I kind of like look at the Wendigo out of the corner of my eye. And what's her willpower?
Let me check.
When Bob starts to talk, I go Krinos.
I'm going to be the one who dies.
Damn, where's he keeping that character sheet?
I know.
In the refrigerator?
This is a Hail Mary pass, Barney.
What's
Hail
that?
Mary. This is a Hail Mary.
Okay. Her willpower is a 10.
All right. I'm going to spend a willpower. And here we go. Oh, one success.
One success.
Damn, I would have had 2. So we've got 1 round of her pissing her pants.
Okay.
Let me read that. Each success achieves cows the enemy for 1 turn. The victim cannot attack. Unfortunately, she can defend herself. Ah, damn it.
Yeah. It was a good shot.
Everybody roll your Gnosis difficulty of a
Current Gnosis or permanent Gnosis?
permanent Gnosis difficulty of a 6.
You don't hit me, Josh.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Joska just botched that one. Like, I don't know if I could have botched that harder.
No successes, Ted. You had the highest.
Yeah, I know. You're terrible at rolling.
It's not.
Way to go, man.
Hey,
I got 1.
Can you re-log in, Aaron, and see if you can use your character sheet?
I tried that. I'll try again.
Yeah.
We've given John enough time to steal the stagecoach, right?
Where's John? Stagecoach.
There you are. That's my roll. I didn't roll it the first time.
Okay.
6 is the modifier.
Well, yeah, 100% successes on that one, though, John.
Yeah. Way more than my Gnosis is. 2.
Nana Boshar, you hear Nana Boshar inside all of your heads, saying, as quickly as possible, we need to grab that bird and get in there, get in that, and we need to steal. And we need to steal that stagecoach.
Who's holding the bird cage?
One of the Black Furies.
I'm gonna, when it goes down, I'm shooting her in that hand with my rifle.
What are you doing, Phil?
How big is the stagecoach right now?
How big is it? It's
Yeah.
average. It's a regular size stagecoach.
So by stealing it, she doesn't mean pick it up and run with it.
No, she means
There's no horses or anything attached to that thing, is there?
no. But you got a pretty big. You got a pretty big Aaron who can probably drag that thing in Krenos.
There's no spirits protecting it.
Not really.
All right, we need the bird cage and Mark shooting it out of the hand of the Black Fury, right?
You see, Madam Givens. Once Sag did that, you noticed that she looked. She was very affronted by that.
All right, so effectively the fight's on.
Yeah.
So is Mark shooting the bird cage out of the Black Fury's hand? Do I see that being
Yeah,
attempted?
as soon as this goes down, I'll fire on the Black Fury holding her, try to shoot it out of her hand.
I mean,
Aaron, I'm gonna whisper something to you.
Yeah, Barney, I guess my question is, what is the current state of action with everything at the moment, so I know how to react?
I might not be the one to pull that coach, though. You guys really think about it. Anybody who knows anything about my battle scars, I'm the slowest one, and I have a punctured lung.
You see, what was I going to say? Nana Boshar says, in about 30 seconds, I can open up that moon bridge one more time. I'm not sure where it's going to go. This is our only chance to save our Cairn.
How far away is the moon bridge from the stagecoach?
Very close, because the moon bridge used to be in
the middle of the town.
Yeah.
So all we need to do is push the stagecoach through the moon bridge.
Oh, okay. All right. Then we'll just leave her standing there for a round. I'll spend 3 rage, Barney.
Okay.
I'll spend a willpower to make sure I hit.
All right. All right, Thungfur, I'm going to whisper. All right. Okay, I got that, John. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Is it dark or is it sun? Is it night or is it?
So you guys, after that battle that happened with the Maelstrom, so I think it's probably late afternoon.
The sun's not out, is it?
Yeah. Aaron, is your sheet working now?
No, it's not.
Oh, that's too bad. All right.
Yeah.
You see the message?
My favorite skin.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So what's the plan?
I'm
Yeah, I think we get the wagon through, right?
I'm heading straight for the wagon. Gonna leave her standing there.
All right. Who's pushing the wagon through?
I'll help Bob push it.
All right, father and son, I'm pushing the wagon through.
I think I got a busted lung too, so we should be about like 1.5 Garo pushing it through.
We're wheezing.
But I think we're also the 2 biggest. I know I've got huge size.
Yeah. Pull the blocks out from under there.
So then we're not attacking Madam Gibbons. We're just trying to push the part through, right?
Yeah, we're not, Dale. You are.
I think it's a concentrated retreat at the moment.
So yeah, all right. Well, then in Krenos, we should be able to push harder. Yeah.
Yep. So we'll be all like, psych, and then jam it through, and then everybody else has got to jump through the hole. So if we can do it in 1 round, spend a bunch of rage, we'll push that thing through.
I'm willing to spend 4 rage, and I've got an 8 strength in Krenos.
Yeah, I'll be spending 1 rage and getting ready to break out another fun gift. I mean, it worked well last time, right?
Yeah, the gift I'm thinking of. Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Do it.
All right. So Sag, you'll probably want to go first if you want to, because you got Spirit of the Fray.
Yep. First movement, head to the back of the for pushing.
So the way I'm imagining what's happening is that you guys all walk up there and Phil's talking to her, hey, you know, da da da, this and that, and then Bob just stares at her and then turns and runs away. And everybody turns and runs away too.
Nana's plan was better than mine, but I think she just used my distraction.
Mark shoots. Mark, go ahead and roll your dex. Are you gonna grab the? Or do you want to spend a round to just try to grab the bird cage?
I mean, I'm using a long rifle, so I don't know what my range is right now, but am I going to be able to?
Opportunity just to grab it from her.
Stab her in the hand.
Strength isn't exactly my forte.
You're
I
Ragabash.
can shoot it with my pistol instead, and then grab it.
That's going to take an extra round to do. I'm just
Slit her wrist and run with it. Not the wrist, but the
Yeah, quote unquote, take her hand, like literally off, and run with it.
You're like, hey, sister.
Yeah.
I guess I can. I'll spend a rage, charge her, and just bury my knife into her and snatch the cage.
You realize you lose renown for attacking a fellow Geru.
I'm a Ragabash. What do I care?
Oh,
Renown's renown. He's still gonna need it, and it's someone from your own tribe, even too. Which
I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick. Be right back.
Oh man, bathroom break. All right, cool.
Don't listen to Barney. I attack people all the time. I have very little honor.
I'm gonna let the dogs out. They're getting me to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Everybody's taking a
God. All you
AFK.
little bladders.
So you think about it from this perspective too, Mark. You have no reason to hurt. You can grab it out of her hand. You're not going to lose renown for stealing something away from her.
I will attempt just to pull it away. I don't think it's going to work, but I'll try.
Let me see your.
Had to get that bitch out of my house.
What's that?
I said, how to get that bitch out of my house.
You're talking. Dex. That's a Dex Athletics roll. Wouldn't be that bad. Dex Subterfuge. Do that. That's a good roll. That's like a pickpocketing. Try Dex Subterfuge. That's a 7. That's a 7 dice pool.
Wait, did someone say pickpocket?
Wouldn't you say that a pickpocket would be Dexterity Subterfuge? I think that's the first Dexterity Subterfuge roll.
I think it's. Would it be under Streetwise? Maybe Stealth? I don't know. Subterfuge, I think, is more talking and leading people that way.
True, but if you're making a Dexterity Subterfuge roll, what would that action look like?
I don't think Subterfuge would be with Dexterity. Wouldn't it be more Stealth?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'd say probably Stealth or Computer.
Try Dex Stealth then. That's the same dice pool for you.
Or Knifer.
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty of a 6. All right.
That was good.
That's
nice.
Good. So if you guys noticed, now it's counting the ones. The ones are being taken away. Last year wasn't doing that. So I think they updated their algorithms here.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you easily take it. So you guys are all booking.
Yeah, I'll beeline for the portal.
So you guys are going to have to get on or in the stagecoach because you're not sure where it's going, and you're going to make sure you're going to be going to the same place it's going.
We'll just hold on.
All right.
Yeah, I would just dig my claws in.
Do you need a strength roll from us, or just the fact that we both have 9s?
Yeah, you all have 9s. Ted, what's yours? And you have huge size as well?
You'll have to let me know, buddy.
No.
I'll just open the stagecoach door.
All right. Yeah, you got strength of 9 too. All right. Oh, you got a strength of 8. Yeah. You only got a 4 in strength, you poor guy.
Who, me?
Yeah.
It's like a bodybuilder for a Theurge.
I know. That's true. You're probably the strongest Theurge ever with a 4.
Instead of riddle matches, I tend to challenge people to arm wrestling matches.
Riddle me this. Boom!
Boom!
Who's got 2 pythons is about ready to knock you down.
I've got a riddle for you as a third. Who's gonna arm wrestle your fucking arm off?
All right. You guys make a book. You guys book it. John, what's Jebediah doing?
They're pushing that coach trying to put it through the moon gate, right? The city, Harrowgate. That's what they're trying to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm stalking. They're not being attacked or anything yet, are they, or anything like that? Nobody's trying to stop them. Apparently.
So yeah, everybody's pushing or jumping on the side of the stagecoach.
Okay.
And pushing it through the moon bridge, basically.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of, and then chapter, I'm gonna kind of like prowl around and kind of stay off to the side.
You should drive. You should drive, John.
Wow.
Wow. Toots is the driving cat.
Toots is a driving cat.
I don't think I have any skills to drive a thing like this.
All right. Well, you're gonna get on the. Are you getting on or in the coach, the stagecoach?
Well, shoot, if they're pushing it, I can help out. I can take a round and go to what's it called? Big kitty cat. Krenos.
All right.
It's called Krenos, yeah.
Yeah, and Mark, you got the bird cage with the mayor inside, and it's flapping wildly, and you run on. And you just, with your size, you're probably just gonna get on top of the stagecoach or get into it, or
yeah, I can get on top of it.
All right.
She's only like 5'5", so she's not very big.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be covering the escape right behind him right now.
All right. And Ted, you're right next to your son there, Bowery Bob, pushing it. You guys are put the bulk of it, yeah.
We're pushing it from behind together.
All right. You guys push it from behind. You guys are Nana Boshar's waving you on.
Well, that's not loud.
First, I thought there was something violent happening, but now I understand.
Did you just kill someone, John?
For me? I'm just the dogs are happy.
You guys put, as you guys are pushing it through, you guys are you go through the moon bridge in a shot of light. You guys you push it in through a shot of light, and the let me see here. And the stagecoach starts to shake immensely. It starts to shake. Bob, you jump on it now on the side.
Yep.
All right. And it seems to go on its own now. Chaska, you're there too. You notice that it kind of as it takes off, it's like shaking and going through, and you're not quite sure where Nana Boshar. Nana Boshar yells, "I have no idea where we're going," and the wind's picking up and blowing. Bowery Bob, roll your perception alertness difficulty of a 6.
We're going to Vermont 2018. Bernie's pissed and Trump's president.
Perception what?
Perception alertness difficulty of a 5.
Three.
You notice that Ted is not next to you.
No.
Ted, as the cart went through and got pushed, you notice that your legs stopped moving.
Yeah.
You see the moon bridge collapse and fall apart into basically it turns into dried mud brick, and it just turns to dust. You notice that your foot has turned to stone.
Jesus.
And you turn around and you see that there's 15 Black Furies, and Madam Givens looks resigned.
Resigned.
She's resigned from her job? All right, woo!
It's spend a rage and go after him.
Okay, your leg is stone. Your foot is turning to stone.
Use it.
Use the club.
Yeah,
Kick something with it.
use my my foot is.
You use your what?
My butcher knife and just cleave it off.
You cut off your foot?
If it's holding me down.
Yep. All right. All right.
Badass.
You see some of the Black Furies some of them turn Krenos and start walking towards you.
Go at him, man.
All right.
I mean, yeah.
Those Black Furies are going to lose renown.
You're going to lose more than renown.
Touche.
You start running towards you. So you run towards them.
Yep. Yeah.
All right. What kind of action are you doing?
Yeah, that's not a moot point. I could try to wade through them to get to Madam Givens, but I don't think Hearthstone didn't have much success. I'm gonna spend my rage and throw the closest one I get to.
All right. You have 2 rage. You got 2 rage left.
Yeah. So we'll spend that.
All right. You gonna do Troll Skin?
Yep.
All right. Battle Mandela. What did that do again?
That's spirits.
Okay. Okay. All right. You spend your rage. Tell me what you do.
Like I said, go after the closest one.
All right.
Butcher knife in the throat.
Okay.
And jump to the next one closest to it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Stamina. Where's your stamina? Oh, you're in Krenos now. Okay, let's see what you did there.
Let's see what I did.
All right. As you sweat, you slice into one of the Black Furies. It jumps at you as well. You see that your as you're limping towards him, you see your other foot starts to turn to stone.
Damn it. Well, I should be able to pivot in position here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
You swing and slice at another one of the Black Furies. You see Madame Givens draw an arrow.
Man.
And as you're cutting, you take down a couple more, and she's staring dead-eyed at you.
And slipping sideways isn't going to help in this situation.
You could try.
No, I mean, I think from what I saw earlier, I think the arrows are going to be as effective in the Umbra. I mean, they're spirit powered.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it would affect much.
Roll.
Does it have the same? Is it the same? Do I get the same impression from the arrow that I did with the silver fangs, that it was an inevitability? Because that would affect something.
The arrow's not glow. The arrow seems to already have something in it.
Okay.
All right, stamina. That can't be what that roll is. I thought that you had that set up as. All right. You see the arrow? She shoots it, and it zooms by the Black Furies that are rushing towards you. Sticks into your chest. You have a flash of you see a Geta Fenris in this wintry setting, an old Viking outfit. It's almost like you feel as though that you might have known who that person was at one point. You just see a vision of somebody else. As you take 4 points of aggravated damage as it sears into your skin. Stones, where it hits you, your chest starts to turn to stone now.
In that vision, Enoch Senior is there with for him.
I think you just cut out really bad, Dale.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. In that vision, Enoch Senior is with a flask, waiting for his butcher buddy to come across.
Yeah.
It starts to spread out through your chest, and your entire upper torso gets extremely heavy.
Yeah.
You feel teeth gnaw on the back of your neck as you feel something rip off of your side of your neck. What do you do?
Can I pull the arrow out? Do I still have the use of my arms?
Yep.
I try to pull the arrow out.
All right. You pull it out, and the vision of a long forgotten Viking hero fades from your back of your thoughts.
I try to stab whatever's near me with the arrow.
Okay. You get pulled down. You take out another Black Fury. You get torn down, pulled down, and your eyes get red as blood gets in your eyes, and everything eventually goes dark.
Well, that old chestnut.
All All right, that's where we'll leave it off for tonight.
Boo!
Ooh, I need to open my box.